Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. This is Dr. Tanya, and it looks a little bit different today. So you are watching this as a pre-recorded live, but I want to welcome you to day 35, Dr. Tanya Live. We are doing this outside. Just want to change things up a little bit because life changes a lot. So we are going to do this live in a way that we haven't done it before. And I decided I wanted to come over here where it is beautiful and with the background that's a little bit different. Oh, my lips look extra pink, and I am not wearing pink lipstick. Anyway, so I want to welcome you to Dr. Tanya Live, and thank you so much for joining me. I come on here every day. This is day 35 of my 90-day challenge. I have challenged myself to go live every single day to share and encourage women in particular, sometimes men who are interested in starting a business. They have a dream to get a business going. Maybe you've already started a business. Maybe you're trying to get that business off the ground. Maybe you are trying to grow the business. Whatever it is, I want to welcome you and thank you for being a part of today's live. Like I said, today is day 34 of my 90-day challenge. No, day 35. It's Friday. It is day 35. And so today's topic that we're going to get into after I ground myself in the scripture that I have been grounding myself in for the last 34 days, and that is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. Which says, we are God's masterpiece, created anew in Christ Jesus to do the good works that he's planned for us long ago. Now, I've been saying it long enough that I didn't have to read it. I was just able to share it with you. But what I love about that verse is it has encouraged me every single day to understand who God has made me to be. And I want you to be encouraged as well. God made you to be a masterpiece. He created you to do some great work. So he put some special gifts and some talents inside you, specifically so that you can do great works that he planned for you a long time ago. At the point in time that he formed you in your mother's womb, believe me, he had plans for you. We know that because we see examples in scriptures of where he had plans for others. And so he has plans for you too, and plans to do good works. And so these gifts and these talents and the special way that he's made you into the masterpiece that he's made you is not for you. It is so that you can do the good works that God has planned for you. And to me, that's good news. So with that, let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic is actually a day in the life of an entrepreneur. I brought you outside because I like to start my day outside. You don't always see me outside. Most of the time you don't. But my day opens up, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what it's like as an entrepreneur, and what it has been like for me as an entrepreneur. So, like many entrepreneurs, I work from home, but that's not the story for every entrepreneur. Some people have offices that they go to, or they have establishments that they're going to, retail establishments or other type of establishments that they may go to on a daily basis. For me, I work from home, but I go to some of my clients depending on the circumstances and what we're doing on that particular day. No day looks exactly the same, but there is some consistency to my day. So as an entrepreneur, while I love the freedom that I have as an entrepreneur, and I love being able to just kind of live and walk and do whatever it is that I want to do, that is a blessing about being an entrepreneur. Like, I really do have more control over my time as an entrepreneur than I did when I was working for somebody else. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit about what that looks like. So I'm going to walk over here. There's a bench. I'm just going to sit on this bench for a little bit, just share. The background might look a little bit different, so I may switch it back up again. But I'm like, hey, might as well sit here. It's a beautiful day. And now you can see how my lip color really isn't that bright pink. Anyway, so the day, my life is, and my day as an entrepreneur, can I do this? I sure can. I might even be able to like kind of set myself up. Okay, I'm doing too much here. I'm doing too much here. I'm trying though. Just wondering if I could actually set this up on this little bench. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of crazy. All right, not quite, but it's all good. So one of the things that I do on a daily basis, my day really actually starts the night before as an entrepreneur. I really kind of map out what I want to do, some of the things that I have planned for the next day. But the biggest thing that happens for me is when I wake up in the morning, I start my day with God. That is so important. It is my opportunity to just be still before Him, to hear what He has, that He may have to say to me, and also to write what I might be hearing or what I might be learning. I spend time reading and studying His Word. That is really important for building me up, because the road of an entrepreneur is unpredictable in many cases, and it is not something that I take for granted. Sometimes we don't know what's going to happen. We are taking a risk when we start our own businesses. And so what I do is I start my time with God, because this is a journey that I don't feel like I'm on by myself. He walks alongside me. He guides me. He gives me downloads and ideas for things that I can do in my business. And so it's important that I spend time with Him. Plus, I want Him to know that I really love and appreciate Him for who He is, not just for the things that He's done for me, but just because of who He is in my life. So I spend that time with Him every morning, and it's typically around an hour of my time. Sometimes it might be 30 to 45 minutes, but typically about an hour. And then I will spend time exercising. So I came outside because this is one of the first places I come out. I come outside. I love to walk my neighborhood. We live in an active adult community, and this community allows me they have walking paths, and they're great things for me to do outdoors. So I love being able to walk. Occasionally I'll jog, but I'm not really a jogger anymore. I used to run back in the day, but I don't really do that too much now. And then I will spend, and if I'm not coming outside, then I have, weights at home, and I will lift weights. So that's important to me. You can see that I actually, showing you my arms, I actually really do that. I will lift weights because the older I get, I have learned it's extremely important that I need to be lifting weights. So now where I am right now is like a little bit warmer. I'm going to stand and face this way because I'm literally facing where the sun is. And so when I face the sun, I don't know, again, this lipstick is looking crazy. But when I face the sun, it's a lot hotter. So the sun is to my back. It's not as hot this way. But my day may look different depending on what I have on the calendar. But after exercising, I usually will, shower, get dressed, and eat something. And then if I'm not going to a client, which is something that could happen, the days I'm not going to a client, I will actually go into my office, in my home office. I have a dedicated office that is just for my business. And in that office, I will begin the day. Most of the time, my day starts with a meeting with my business partner, Dr. Erica. She and I will usually meet virtually. We check in with one another. We make sure that we're all right, that we're both good. But then we dig into the work that needs to happen. And so we have a few work streams that are going on right now. And so we spend time actually working through those work streams and what it is, like dividing and conquering. We have a couple of the team members that work with us. So from time to time, we will have team meetings with the whole team where we are talking about what needs to happen and making sure that they have their roles and assignments intact. Now, the benefit of working from home and having dedicated office space is that I save on gas. I love my home office. It is comfortable for me. It allows me to be able to do whatever I need to get done. It is a quiet space. And I can close the door if I need to. And, if other folks are in the house, I can close the door and I can just seclude myself and do what needs to be done. The day might look very different. So today is a payroll day. So I'm going to do payroll. I have an accountant, but the accountant doesn't do my payroll. Right now I do it. And when we grow even larger, I'll get to a point where someone else will do that exclusively. But, one of the things you learn as an entrepreneur is you actually learn how to do the job of a lot of folks. And so one of the things I will often say to entrepreneurs is, create your org chart right from the beginning with all of the positions and titles that you envision having in your business down the road. And in the beginning, your name is going to be next to a lot of those roles. So I have learned the role of the payroll expert. I am the point of contact with, the state if there's something that we have to do. Years ago, we were randomly selected, and this wasn't like a good selection. It just was what it is. It was like we were randomly selected to be audited by the state. I actually hated that process, but, I learned a lot, so when we play these roles in the beginning or at different points of our journey as entrepreneurs, we learn a lot. So many times you'll play certain roles in your business and eventually you'll hire other people to do those roles. So we currently have somebody who helps us with a lot of our tech stuff, our graphics, our website, our social media. We have somebody, and this is like who works on a regular with us. We have someone who coordinates our professional learning. We work with school districts all over the place. And so, Dr. Eric and I will do a lot of some of the other roles. Like I said, we do have an accountant. So the accountant does the bookkeeping and all of that. But when it comes to some of the other roles, we might take on some of those other roles. And so when you are an entrepreneur, your day might look a little interesting and look a little different. So for me, as I continue my day, I will, lately I've been doing these lives. So we're on day 35. I've been doing the lives pretty early in the morning, like 8:30. So that's after I've spent time with God. That's after I've exercised on most occasions. Now, there are times that it's harder for me to get up early. And so I might skip the exercise and do it in the evening. And today was one of those days, but that's okay. As I proceed throughout the day, I may be fielding phone calls from potential clients. I may be in meetings with potential clients. My job is to close deals. So we want to engage our clients and our potential clients, ensure that they have the services that they need that are being rendered. We also have a pool of per diem staff members who support us in some of the trainings that we do in school districts. And so sometimes we're not the ones that are doing it, but there are some places that are like, we want you, Dr. Tanya, and we want you, Dr. Erica. And so we go. We're the ones that will go and we'll conduct the leadership training, or we'll conduct the educator training, or what have you. I also have my brand, the Tanya Breland brand, and this is the live is a part of the brand. And so there's a lot of work to be done there. So I just finished writing an ebook on purpose, Born with Purpose. And so I'm going to be launching that. You're hearing it today for the first time. And so you should be excited because you got to hear something that nobody else knows. Nobody else knows except my husband that I have, and my team, that I have written another book related to purpose. And so I am, I will be also, I'm just, sharing. I will be getting that out soon. So I'll start promoting it. So, designing the promotion for it and setting up all of that. I will work with my team member to do all of that. So it might mean some changes on the website. It might mean some funnels that need to be developed. It might mean some email campaigns that need to happen. And I'll do all of those things. I'll work with my team member to make all of that happen. And it's a lot of work. So that can take hours upon hours. And then I will develop resources, or we might develop programming, or we might develop training manuals or whatever. And it might not just be me doing that, but it may be Dr. Erica doing it, maybe one of the team members doing it. But together we are in constant communication with one another to make sure that we are meeting the needs of our clients and our customers. We want to make sure that that we have all of our ducks in a row when we're doing the work. So we divide and conquer, so I'll take on some responsibilities. Dr. Erica takes on other responsibilities. The team members take on responsibilities, but we continue to build on what we have developed each day. Now, because I don't own the kind of company where I go to a store or a retail place, I'm not really sure exactly what that might look like. But one entrepreneur may be the kind of entrepreneur that does exactly that. So maybe they're getting up and maybe they have a morning routine like I kind of described. And then, maybe they're going and opening up the business, or maybe they have someone else who opens up the business. The other thing is, depending on where your business is, you may or may not have a bunch of employees. Maybe in the beginning, it's more like a family business and you got family members who are supporting you. I mentioned maybe a week or so ago, this Black-owned ice cream shop that I found in my community. And I went to that ice cream shop. Turns out it's a family business. So the actual little child wanted to own an ice cream shop. And so the parents said, okay, why not? Let's do that. So they opened an ice cream shop. So I imagine for them, I don't know where they're getting their ice cream, but they're probably having to, talk to distributors who make certain type of ice cream, or maybe they make it themselves. So if that's the case, they're probably spending some time, creating the product that we're going to sell, that we're going to buy from them. Different entrepreneurs look a little bit different in terms of how their days are operating. But when we are entrepreneurs, we are serious. So one thing about me as an entrepreneur that you will not see me doing, you won't see me watching TV all day long. So, I have a television in my office, but it is very rare that I turn that television on. I will turn on music while I'm working because it may help me be productive. I will take little breaks where I might come and take walks throughout the day. But the time that I dedicate as an entrepreneur is serious time. I treat it probably better than I did when I treated my job. Like, it is a full-time job. I work full days. Sure, there are days that I might go and get my nails done, or I might go, to a beach in the summertime. Actually, I have not gone to the beach yet this summer, and it is already almost mid-August. But for the most part, my days are full working days. There's very little time wasted. There's very little time just sitting around. I literally am working all the time. And there are some days that I will also train myself. So I will do things like, there are books that I'll read. I almost exclusively read fiction. I'm sorry, nonfiction. It is a joy if I can read some fiction, but I exclusively read nonfiction. I'm reading books that are going to benefit me, either my spiritual self, or I'm going to read books that are going to benefit me as an entrepreneur. And I'm very intentional. Many times I will read a book listening. Most of the time I will listen to a book, and I do that by when I'm walking. I will play the book. I'll use Audible, and I will listen to the book being read to me. and I literally will learn while I'm walking. And that is something that I have trained myself to do. Typically, I am not an auditory learner, but I have trained myself to be an auditory learner because I need to maximize my time. So I'm always thinking about time. I'm always thinking about what I can accomplish in the time that I have. I'm coming back to this area where the fountain is, because I just think it's so nice. It's not a fountain, whatever it is, where the water is. But my time is really, really valuable. Your time as an entrepreneur is very valuable. And so you want to be very judicious about your time. In the beginning, when I first started my business, people thought because I was working from home that I just had time to like play and, talk to them all day or whatever. But I'm working. And I am working around the clock. So I usually will, because I do my lives in the morning now, I'll usually start working right, at the time that I'm like right before I do my lives, I'm prepping myself and then I'm going live. And I've been doing the lives at 8:30. So that's early for me because typically my workday wouldn't start until 10 a.m. And that was intentional because I would get up when I felt like getting up, but I would work. And so my work will go until maybe 6, 7, 8. Sometimes I'm working till 9 in the evening. But here's the thing about entrepreneurship. When you're walking in your purpose and when you're walking in your calling, you can work till 8, 9 o'clock in the evening and it not feel like you're working. I have to become intentional though about stopping because there's so much work to be done. As you're building your business, there's always something to do. There's always something to plan. There's always something that you're, working on that I could literally work till, late into the night every single day. And I have to force myself to stop many days just so that I can, spend time with family or spend time with my husband. There are other days that I guard my time really seriously. I make sure that I have lunch every day. I make sure that I have dinner every day. For the most part, I am having lunch with my husband who works like 3 miles away. And so he'll come home for lunch. So he and I will have lunch together, which is really nice. So it's time for us that we can spend with one another. And then we have dinner together most nights. But I'm also very active. So as an entrepreneur, I'm active on a number of boards, nonprofit boards. And so, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oftentimes in the evenings, I will be called upon for board meetings or meetings related to the organizations that I'm a part of. And so this journey as an entrepreneur does afford me the opportunity to be active in other things. And there are times that those other things, like, I'm a part of the Chamber of Commerce. And so, they may have events that are happening during the day. As an entrepreneur, I can plan to attend those events. And I do, not all the time, but the things that are relevant to what I am interested in. And so we get to do, as entrepreneurs, we really do have a wonderful life. And in that we have a lot of choice. We have a lot of freedom. I think the thing that I value most is my time. And the fact that, my time is spent doing what I'm interested in doing means a lot to me. That's not the case for a lot of folks who are working in a 9-to-5 job. I can't tell you how many people I talk to who are like, I can't wait to leave this job, or I can't wait till Friday. To me, when Friday comes, I love Fridays. I love the weekends, and I have put boundaries around my time so that I'm not working during the weekends. But while I love the weekends, I don't really have to have the weekends all the time. I mean, I do for a rest purpose, but not because I'm done and I'm tired of working. I'm never tired of working when I'm doing my job as an entrepreneur. I love what I do as an entrepreneur. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And some of the things that I have to be prepared for is I have to be prepared for people to say no to me, because they do. I have to be prepared for days where I might not get the business that I'm looking to get, where, people aren't responding as quickly as I want them to. Entrepreneurship is unpredictable. So we don't always know whether or not things are going to go our way. But there are days that every single day I have something that I can be grateful for. One thing that I started recently as an entrepreneur, and I don't know if it's not anybody can do this, you don't have to be an entrepreneur, is I started writing my wins each day at the end of the evening before I go to bed or before I get ready to kind of like settle in for the evening. I will write my wins. So what is it that I have had that's successful today? That's something else that's really important to me. It allows me to express gratitude and to look back on how God has blessed me as an entrepreneur, has blessed me as an individual. And I'm really grateful for what I'm able to do on a daily basis. I don't take this entrepreneurship road, this entrepreneurial journey for granted. It is really important to me. I love it. I know God has called me to this. He has given me the creativity to be able to do all that I do every single day. I take none of it for granted. It means so much for me to be able to come on live, to be able to share with you. It means so much for me to be able to serve people either through my my educator role, where we are serving districts. We are helping improve the practice of leaders and educators and improve experiences for students. Like, that's really important to me. And I get to do that. It's really important when I can help a woman understand what her purpose is and walk in her calling and walk in her purpose. That's really important to me. I love when I can do that. This is what God has designed me to do. And so as an entrepreneur, I get to spend my days and schedule my days around this work that I do every single day. And I don't think there's ever been a day that I, as an entrepreneur, have felt like, I don't like this. I don't think there's ever been a day that I didn't like being an entrepreneur. There are days that don't go as well as I want them to go, and that's going to happen for you too. But for the most part, I am so grateful for being an entrepreneur. I love entrepreneurship, and I love when I can engage with other entrepreneurs. So there's another organization that I'm a part of where I not only am engaging with other entrepreneurs, but I can do business with other entrepreneurs. And that's something that's really important to me as well. Like, can I connect with people? Can I network with people? Can I meet people? These are things that during the workday, when I was working for someone else, I didn't have time to do these things. I didn't have time to meet people. I have met and know so many people that I have lost complete count. I can't keep up. But while it's all work, it's not all work and no play. I will plan times to relax and take it down. So I will build in, if I need to take a nap in the middle of the day, I will take a nap. It's a power nap. I'm not going down for 2 and 3 hours because that's a wasted work day. But I will take a power nap to charge myself if I need to. And some days I might need that. Some days I might need 20, 30 minutes to just kind of go down, and then I'm able to clear my head and move forward. But I have that luxury as an entrepreneur. And so the work that I continue to do every single day, it's not just rewarding for the people who are purchasing the products and the services that my business offers, but it's also rewarding for me. I never tire of what I'm doing. So if you are interested, if you feel you're being called to entrepreneurship, let me just tell you, you will not regret it. Like I said, it's hard work. There's a risk involved. You can't always predict what's happening, but you won't regret it. And if you're somebody who's contemplating entrepreneurship and you are concerned about whether or not you can do this, you've got fears that are standing in your way, I want you to go onto my website, TanyaBreland.com. I want you to download, you don't even have to download it. You can use your device. I want you to use go through the 10-day devotional that I have there. It's free. You can work through it to tackle and name the fears that are standing in the way of you being able to live this entrepreneurial life. I love as an entrepreneur that I can spend time with my husband and family, and I can travel whenever I want to. I never have to ask for time off because I can take it. But here's the thing. I'm not just taking time off just to be taking time off. I take this business very seriously. And so in order for us to be able to earn revenue, in order for us to be able to earn salaries, we've got to work. But the work is our work. And that's the benefit. That's what I love about it. But I will say, if fear is standing in your way and stopping you from being able to walk in your calling and purpose and build a business, I don't want you to be stuck with fear. I also have an ebook, a different ebook, not the one I was talking about earlier. And this one is called Fear is Not Your Business Plan. So many people will build their business plan around their fears. Get that fear out of the way. I need you to dig deep and understand what's standing in the way of you being able to walk in your purpose and live this life that I just described. Go to my website, TanyaBreland.com. That website has the resources that you need. Now, that ebook is available with a companion that goes with it. It's an interactive virtual companion, and it's available to you as well. So I want you to go online and I want you to get that. That's $27. You will not regret it. I promise you will not regret it. I also share some personal stories in there as well. But I want you ultimately to be free to move forward in the things that God has called you to. If anything that I've said resonated with you today, if you feel like you are called to this entrepreneurial road, inbox me, message me, email me, Tanya@TanyaBreland.com. I do respond to my messages. You can DM me. You can send me a message on any of my platforms. I will respond to you. It's really important that I hear from you. But if not, I will be back here again on Monday morning. And I'm outside, so I did not remember what my topic is for Monday. But I'll make sure that I post it so that you know what the topic is for Monday. Until then, God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Have a great weekend and a great rest of your day.